Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
We got a lightning strike, boys. What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
The Texas Rangers win the World Series.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams.
Wait, you said tip?
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket colon, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off session.
This is a cool night or what?
Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
And ring-a-ding-ding, kids. And welcome to another episode of Your Dark Companion. This is the 26th of January. It is a Monday. This is episode number 182, right?
192, I believe.
192, okay.
Close
All
enough.
right. Yeah, only missed by 10 there. Anyway, hope you're all well. Hope you're all in a place where you're not going to be conflagrated by the elements. We, as you probably know, ran into some pretty big weather over the last 24 to 48. And I don't know how they are where you boys, how things are where you boys are, but over here, right outside the mothership, we still have ice on the street. We still have ice and snow or wintry mix or whatever it is in the yard. And we got it on the sidewalks and everywhere. And I thought maybe it would start to melt a little bit today, given the sunlight and everything, which we haven't seen for the last few days. But no, sunlight came and it did not. It did not even start to melt. Didn't even come close to it. So we're all hemmed in. Nobody wanted to make their way over here out on the highways and byways of our fair burg. We had a guest lined up for today. He told us no go. So what to do? Well, how about if we just turn this into a big weather episode of the OG? Weather. I didn't even get that out.
You tried.
Weather.
There it goes.
Yes, so we've rounded up Shoopy. We've rounded up Greggo. They come to us, and I come to you via the miracle of Riverside. Because now we're able to do stuff like that. So we're just going to sit around for the next hour or so and riff about stuff.
Mostly sports.
Everybody all right today?
Wonderful.
Shoopy,
No complaints
you okay?
here. I've just been hanging with my dogs and my wife and stepson and just trying to stay warm and watching a little bit of melting of the ice, but then it's pretty much refreezing and making everything into a skating rink.
Man, we're just not having any of that over here as of yet.
No meltage?
Yeah, very little. Very little. We didn't have too many icicles hanging off the top of the house or anything. And usually if there's going to be meltage, those are the first things to go, but we didn't have many of those. We just got it on the ground, a little bit in the trees, and that's really it. How's it been where you are, Grego?
Totally iced in. Grapevine, Texas is totally iced in, but we were ready for it because it's such a great little town that everybody just hunkered down and loaded up with provisions, and we're fine. A little stir crazy, a little cabin fever, but
Yeah,
we're fine.
me too.
Might
Me
not
too.
get out tomorrow. I mean,
Might not.
It's dropping now, so this is going to freeze overnight again. So
Yeah,
Oh, well.
schools are already saying they're closed for tomorrow, so
when did they start doing that? When did they start, calling off school 4 days in advance?
I don't know. At least,
They called off school last Friday. it was 50 degrees, and they said, "Oh, we're not having it Monday." Well, they were right, but how do they do that? And now they've called off school in the Colleyville Grapevine district till Wednesday.
It's out of an abundance of caution, Grego.
It is.
They're just trying to make sure nobody gets hurt.
I remember when I was in high school and school that they wouldn't make that decision until about 5 a.m. in the morning. And the way you found out, you tuned into WBAP. And many times they'd say Paradise closed, Decatur closed, Chico closed, Boyd's open. They wouldn't close ours down. They wouldn't close it down.
Well, the way we always found out about it is somehow one of the parents would find out, and they would start calling around, and eventually it would make its way around to you.
But can you ever remember Ron called off the day before that there wasn't already an ice on the ground? Just
I don't remember that.
Nah.
I don't remember that at all. I never remember it happening where they called it off the day before.
No, but the kids are all off, and I actually saw a couple of them behind a pickup skiing. So I love seeing that. Love seeing a little danger involved. So the kids are having fun, and the town's locked down. And what are you going to do? I'd say do an emergency OG.
Well, that's the best idea I could come up with. So here we are, a big weather OG today.
The Snow G.
Yeah, the Snow G.
I was proud of that one. Grego asked me to lead the group chat.
Yeah.
That's good, Shoopy. Like that.
Thank you. Well, let's talk some sports then, damn it. What do y'all think about the Mackenzie Gore trade?
The Mackenzie Gore trade?
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Well, yeah, I like it. Yeah,
Let me.
I find very little to not like about it. Now, the Rangers are getting torched because they gave up so many prospects, but the Rangers can't do anything right. Everybody knows that. They can't please anybody, let alone everybody. But to get a guy who is probably going to lock in as no worse than the number 4 starter on an already stout staff and make it even stronger and make it even better than it was last year, as this guy could do, then yes, I will let a few prospects go for that. Especially the ones they let go. I mean, they didn't touch the top of their farm system. So yes, if you have a chance to make a trade like that, you do it. And I don't care if you have to give up 5 of them. That's fine.
Well, the thing is that you have to give up something to get something. If you want to trade some of your lesser prospects, you're going to get a middle reliever, a mediocre middle reliever. You get what you give up. And sometimes you got to give up a prospect, but you're getting a left-hander that throws in the upper 90s. He changes speed real well, and everybody has a use for that in their rotation, especially when you have the 2 guys that'll start in front of him. That's going to make him a lot better pitcher.
And he had a really good year last year, too.
And that's another thing, Ryan. You can't bring up – everybody's going to point to his win-loss record. Yeah, he lost 15 games, but you know what? He was good enough to get 15 decisions. You look at him, a lot of times I saw Nolan Ryan one year go 8-16, and he should have won the Cy Young that year. You can't go by on win-loss records. You can for the most part, but sometimes you got to look inside those numbers. And if you look at this guy, he's never had a winning record, but he gets a lot of decisions every year, which means he pitches into the game. That's what you want.
Yeah.
So, you didn't break.
Little not to like about this move. If the Rangers have a chance to do it, they got to do it. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah. And the biggest loss they have potentially is a guy they drafted a year ago in Gavin Fine. It's not like the other guys that they gave up are spares, but they didn't give up Sebastian Walcott or anything like that. So even though it's 5 prospects, they're not necessarily mega prospects.
Every major league team gets fleeced in a trade every once in a while with prospects. It's happened since the beginning of time. And every once in a while, you got to give up a Wilson Alvarez and a Sammy Sosa. You know, you can look back and talk. You can look back and talk about how bad it was, but at the time, everybody thought they were getting a piece to put them over the top. Now, this is a different kind of trade because, I mean, they're trading for a guy they want in their future, which that's a good long move. And if you do, you have to look at certain prospects. Is this prospect going to help me in the time this starting pitcher can? A lot of times they can't. You got to give them up. You don't get nothing for anything anymore because starting pitching is at a prime. And if you've got one, even one with a 5-15 record, if he's left-handed and can throw 95, somebody's going to overpay for him or they're not going to get it. That's how it works.
I also trust what the Rangers can do with the pitchers too. With any pitcher they bring in, you know, they keep putting together a bullpen with duct tape and baling wire, and I think they're going to have a lot of fun getting the most out of Gore.
You know, I think now with your middle relievers, from your starter to your closer, your sit-up guys, I think now it's just luck. I think you get as many good young arms and a few vets and just hope you luck out and can have some kind of mismatch of a system where you can get through the game. I just think it's luck now. I don't think anybody can go out and go, yeah, I'm going to have this left-handed setup guy, and this is my long reliever. I just think it's luck on who gets hot in spring training and wins a spot on the roster.
Yeah. I just want to know when they're going to spend some money and get some hitting in here.
Boy, no kidding.
The tables have turned.
Yeah, it kind of is. Well, good for the Rangers. I say thumbs up. If that trade is out there for them to make, then yes, you make that trade. You make that trade and you worry about the down the road of it, down the road.
And I think you're seeing a philosophy change. This is a pitcher's ballpark, and the Rangers are tailoring their team around it. You know, we may not have any bombers anymore like old Arlington Stadium. You know, where you score, 5 runs and then you come back and give up 7. You know, it's a different philosophy now. They play in a different yard and it's a different game.
It is weird how much of a change it has been, though, over the last 5 years, where it feels like the park was pretty much playing mostly neutral to leaning a little bit towards the hitters. And now it feels like it's pretty much all towards the pitching. And I don't know if that's, again, a factor of, the team build or something, but they can't seem to figure out why that's changed.
Have they done any kind of alterations to it like they did at the ballpark when they closed it in?
Not that I'm aware of.
Pretty much a barn's a barn.
Yeah, it looks the same now as it always has to me.
But
if they've done anything to it, then they've done a pretty good job of blowing it by everybody. But I don't think they have done anything to it.
But you can see that their philosophies turn around, more pitching and tailor it to the ballpark. Something the Rangers really have never done, Ron. They've never really tailored a team around their ballpark. They always had masters at the ballpark.
You don't think they did that at the Temple? I think they did it pretty well at the Temple.
Well, yeah, they just loaded up on offense.
Yeah, well, that's tailoring your team to your park.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess I'm looking from the pitching aspect of it.
No, from the other side of it, no, they haven't. They've tried, or they've kind of tried, but they really never have missed the mark. It's just as well because, the Temple was a ballpark built for hitters, and the old one, as much as I can remember about it, it was kind of neutral. It was probably a little bit hitter friendly, but it was kind of neutral. They just didn't have any good pitchers a lot of the time by that thing. But I think that they're viewing this in a little bit different and a little bit more sensible way. So yeah, if this trade's out there, then you got to make it. You got to make it and worry about the down the road then.
It's a win now game. You know, it's nice if you can have a 5-year plan, but you can't have those anymore. It'd be nice to have one, but not anymore.
And you only-
Unless
you're going to have Mackenzie Gore for 2 years this year and the one after that. So let's worry about those 2 years.
And you know what you hope,
same with DeGrom and Evaldi. I think they both have 2 years on their contracts.
and you know what you hope if you're a Ranger fan, you're hoping at the end of 2 years that they have to give him a monster contract. You hope they have to give him one because that means he's pitched his way into a big one.
Yeah. Well, we have a Super Bowl set.
You gonna watch it?
I might. Maybe.
Have some
I
people
don't have
over?
anything else to do that day. Are
I
we happy
would-
with it?
I'm not unhappy with it.
It's crazy
All right,
how quick
there's
the Patriots turned around.
There's some good stories. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, you talk about Seattle and New England, two teams that have lost Hall of Fame coaches, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, won Super Bowl, sucked, and are now back in it again. Meanwhile, the Cowboys, you know, are crapping their pants and changing their shirt, you know.
Yeah, I believe the Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls and are now and then burned it all to the ground, rebuilt, and are now back in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl
And
before the
basically,
Cowboys get back in.
basically Seattle has too. You know,
It's
they lost
insane.
Russell Wilson. You know, they got a total new quarterback, total new coach. So
Did this go the way you guys thought it would at the start of the tournament?
no, not at all. I thought I didn't see New England at all until after the first 6 weeks of the season. I didn't see that coming at all.
No, I'm talking about the start of the tournament, not the season, the tournament, the playoffs.
I thought Denver was going to get there. Even after Knicks got, I didn't think anybody could score on that defense. I thought they were going to win it.
And I saw so much buildup for Stidham, making it seem like he was just ready, and he wasn't bad, but making it seem like, oh, Sean Payton just knows how to work backup quarterbacks, so they're going to advance. This won't be a problem.
That was what I was buying into, but I wasn't buying into that bad weather at the end.
Man, I knew that thing was done when they lost Knicks. I mean, that just doesn't happen. You just don't see guys, you know, because the starter gets hurt, somebody off the bench that hadn't
Well,
played all year.
Nick Foles did it.
Yeah. It has been done before.
It's been done, but it's very rare. I mean,
Yeah.
you lose your quarterback in
You're
the
right.
NFL,
Nick Foles did do it.
but it's they just came out of nowhere, and I didn't see it coming. But I like it.
The Broncos?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I didn't see New England winning that game. I mean, even going in at all, I still thought Denver with that defense, and despite the fact that the Patriots have a great defense too, they have a top 5 defense. But I just didn't. I just didn't like the matchup. I was wrong on it, and I thought the quarterback. I thought that Sean Payton is good enough that he could. I don't want to say dumb down the playbook, but just kind of get a game plan that was manageable and let their defense win it. And if it had kicked that field goal and gone up 10-0, who knows?
I gave Denver no chance at all. I didn't even think they were going to win, even if they would have had Bo Nix. I just didn't see anybody over there beating the Patriots. Because, I mean, you talk about a team that has done a great job, maybe the best job we've ever seen, of winning all the time. And then, you know, guys go away, they get old, you have to retool a little bit. Your coach leaves, you bring in another guy, and the next thing you know, just in the blink of an eye, you're good again. I don't know if we've ever seen anybody pull that trick off like they have.
Well, you know what? It's because they admit their mistakes. I mean, when they made a mistake with Mayo, boom, he's gone. When they made a mistake with Mac Jones, boom, he's gone. They don't stick around and,
Yeah,
well,
they're very quick. They're very quick to get rid of guys.
Things may get better. Let's see what happens. That's the Jerry Jones philosophy. You know, he's going to be compared to Robert Kraft forever. Well, Robert Kraft puts up with it for 1 year. Jerry Jones has put up with it for 30.
Boy, I bet it's not going to be a happy night out there if Robert Kraft wins another Super Bowl.
I kind of want it just for that.
He
But
might
it's a little
win.
farther out of Jerry's reach.
Big deal these days is he wants to be the general manager who's won more Super Bowls than anybody when he retires.
And is he hoping to live to about 200?
To do that, he's going to have to.
Well, if Robert Kraft wins another Super Bowl, it will not be a happy ending for Jerry Jones. Maybe a happy ending for Robert Kraft,
Oh my gosh!
not Jerry Jones.
But
Had
on
that
the
teed
other
up, didn't
hand, there are the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I thought from the start that they were the best thing going in the NFC, but not by much. I mean, I could have seen them getting knocked off by the Rams. I could have seen them losing out to some of the other teams who are on the NFC side of the bracket had they ran into them, but they did not. And they're the ones left standing. Do we like them?
Sure, they're a good story. I think it's kind of cool that Tank may get him a Super Bowl ring. Tank Lawrence.
That's a great story.
So, I mean, especially since he said, well, I'm leaving because I want to win a Super Bowl and you can't win one here.
Yeah. And he's right.
And everybody destroyed him, and he's in the Super Bowl wearing number 0.
He knew something.
A defensive end.
So, and how can he not like a guy like Sam Darnold? I mean, as many arrows as he's taken in his career, and he's always kept his mouth shut. He's never made any big boast. He's never bitched about anything. After that horrible playoff loss last year, he fought back. How can you not like a guy like that?
Man, it's been a crazy, crazy ride for that guy.
And you know what amazing?
He came out of college. He came out of college a big prospect and just couldn't find it those first few years. Now, he wound up with the Jets, and that'll ruin just about anybody. Probably playing with them set him back way, way more than he should have. But he bounced around, went here, went there, and finally, because he was forced into playing because whoever he was with at that time had nobody else, all of a sudden he's good. And then he goes to the Vikings and gets good there. And then he, comes free. And it's time for him to, make a little money and go somewhere and still be good. And he winds up at Seattle, and man, he has done it. That guy had to hang in there. That guy had to stick to it, and he did.
Hey, Seattle.
You can say what you want to about him, but you got to give him that much.
They wanted him. Seattle traded their quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I mean, after they saw him in Minnesota, there were a lot of teams that would have wanted him.
Ron, would you have lost the bet that he's the first former USC quarterback to start a Super Bowl? Isn't that amazing?
On the one hand, it is. On the other hand, I could completely, totally, 100% see it. Because they don't turn out good quarterbacks anymore there. Although they turned out him, and it took a while. It took a little bouncing around and it took a little getting used to situations, but
people don't remember the old days, Ron, when when you drafted a quarterback, he wasn't playing for 3 years for the most
No.
part. He was going to be behind somebody.
No.
Even if the person he was behind, he was better. He's going to play. He's going to sit and learn for 3 years and be a backup. And they learned how to play the position. And that's a guy like Darnold. I mean, if he had been a backup for 3 years, he might not have had a couple lost years.
And now you come into the league and you were expected to slide right in there and play.
Yeah, Cam Ward. I mean, they expected him to put Tennessee in the playoffs the first year. You know, we got the first pick. We got Cam Ward. And you got to learn how to play quarterback in the NFL.
Well, Cam Ward was pretty good, though. Nobody's complaining about him.
No, I'm not complaining, but he can't
put other stuff wrong with that thing. But you know, if you want a perfect example, look at the guy on the other side the other day that was playing against Darnold.
Oh, Stafford.
No, not Stafford. Oh God, who am I trying to think of? I'm trying to think of somebody else. But no, Stafford's a Hall of Famer.
Well, he was the first player to take it. I mean, he was a starter the minute they called his name at the draft. And that ended up certainly not hurting him, but it couldn't have helped him. You know, you think that helped Troy Aikman starting as a rookie in '89? That didn't help him. He took a beating that year.
It was a very tough year for him.
So,
but I mean, even with all that, I didn't see anything out of Troy Aikman that told me he shouldn't be starting, you know, even though it was tough for him.
But if they'd have kept Danny White another year and let Troy play behind him, you know, listen to me, Troy won 3 Super Bowls. He did something right. But, you know what I'm saying? I remember '89 when he took a beating that year.
Yeah. No, that would have served no purpose whatsoever to keep Danny White and you know.
Yeah, at the time it wouldn't have. Yeah. Maybe if the team hadn't sold and brought Jimmy in and it was still Landry, maybe then. But, yeah, they had to move on. But I just remember the absolute brutality that he took in '89. That's back when you could hit quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well, that is the Super Bowl. It is set. So we'll see what happens with it. Are you happy with it, Shoopy?
I'm happy with everything, Shoopy. What do you think about doing a dreaded and feared mid-show read? Dun, dun, dun.
Well, if you tell me it's time to do a dreaded and feared mid-show read, then a dreaded and feared mid-show read it will be.
Yay.
So you boys can go get your drink of water or something if you need it.
Okay.
I can't move.
We'll have to talk to the masses about this. Let me ask you, when you got out of bed this morning, how did you feel? Did you feel good? Did you feel spry? Did you get out of bed and stretch a little bit and then you're on for the day, ready to roll? Or did you get out of bed and just go, oh man, killing me. I hurt all over and I don't know why. Well, if that's you, then what you need to do is get into CBD. And the place you need to get into it is at the CBD House of Healing. Now, you've heard us talk about it before. We're not sending you to some kind of little head shop with psychedelic posters up on the wall and incense going and stuff like that. No, this is not that kind of place. They explore the medicinal side of CBD. Now, if you want to get something, give you a little buzz, okay, maybe they got it in there, but that's not what it's all about. Their owner is a registered nurse, and she approaches it from that standpoint. She will talk to you about what's going on with you, what hurts, how does it hurt, and chances are she will have something to help you out, something that will make it better. And how do I know this, you may ask? Well, I've kind of been in that same boat myself over the last couple of years or so, and I've found that stuff that I've gotten from the CBD House of Healing has, in fact, made it a good bit better. It's made me feel better. I don't know if it cures anything, but right now, if it helps me get through the day, I am all about it, and you should be all about it too. The CBD House of Healing is located at Plano Road and Northwest Highway in the northeast corner of that burgeoning intersection. So drop by there, tell them you heard about it from us here on Your Dark Companion, or tell them you heard about it from me or from somebody here, and talk to them and see what they can do for you. Begin your healing at the CBD House of Healing.
That was excellent, Shoopy.
Thank you, Shoopy. Were you convinced?
I was. If I wasn't already a client of CBD House of Healing, I would be after that.
Well, if you're a client of CBD House of Healing, then you know what it's about.
Mm-hmm. It's a cool, comfortable place.
That's right. Greggo and I both go there a lot. We dig it. We bet you will too.
All right, let's get serious.
Now I'm hungry.
What else
Okay.
have we got?
Oh,
I got something for you boys.
uh-oh.
Do you find it strange that these days network television, and when I speak of network television, I'm speaking about the large network affiliates, your ABC, your CBS, your NBC, and your Fox.
3-letter networks.
That's right. I'm speaking of those. Do you find it strange how eager they have become all of a sudden to put sports on TV in the middle of a weeknight?
No. Doesn't surprise me at all.
It does me.
Because
It used to be that they would never do that if they didn't unless they had a deal worked out with a league, with the NFL or the NBA or something, or MLB or something like that. That's the only way you were getting on sports in prime time. But now, I mean, here last week you had Mavericks basketball on Channel 8, and not for the first time either. I mean, I remember when Channel 8 would not have put the Mavericks or any other sport on there.
you know why? Because they had quality primetime programming. And now live sport, last bastion of ways you can make money on TV. It's it. I mean, look at the top 100 watched TV programs of all time. 76 are NFL games. 76 in the history of TV are football games. And it's the only way you can get a large audience. I mean, my gosh, they're going to get they got 50 million people to watch NFL playoff games.
Okay,
Compare
well,
that to the World
but that's
Series.
an NFL playoff game, Grego. I'm talking about just an average, spare, no real pizzazz about it whatsoever Mavericks game, or even a Stars game. And I'm not knocking the Stars or the Mavs or anybody really. I'm just saying that this is not network television. These are local TV affiliates doing this. And
Right.
number one, I wonder how they get around their agreement with the network to do this. And number two, why? Why do they do this? I mean, have they
Because
just
they don't
come-
have quality. They're getting no viewership, Ryan, in prime time. It's dead. It's a dead medium. I mean, name me a network TV show that you make appointment watching.
I can't.
No, nobody does it. Nobody does it anymore. Nobody watches network TV like they used to. It's a dead medium. And so now you bring in sporting events that you can sell higher advertising with, and you make more money. These local TV stations are dying. They are getting killed advertising wise. And it's, TV's not dying. Network TV is dying. And the last way is live sporting events. That's why you see NBC invest so much money in the Olympics, because they know you have the Olympics every 4 years or every 2 years. They know that they're going to get monster ratings every 2 years to where they can.
But that's the Olympics. That's the Olympics, and that's
Okay,
the one.
but it's
That's
live.
it's
It's live.
It's a 1 year, every 4 year deal, and they know that they are going to get the Frau in on that because the Frau loves the Olympics, but the Frau does not like particularly a Mavericks Brooklyn Nets game in the middle of the week.
You're thinking old time, Ron. The Frau doesn't matter anymore. The Frau is out. The days of trying to attract women is over. They want eyeballs now. They don't care who you are. And more people will tune in to watch a basketball game than some sitcom with actors you've never heard. They don't do that anymore. It's live sports. You're going to see more of that. You're going to see a lot more of it. That's why all these sports franchises are just tripling in value every year, because it's the last product you can use to sell the TV medium. It's it. And you know what's after that, don't you? Pay for it. Because that's next on the book. You're already having to pay for NFL games. They're doing a little test run right now with the Friday night. How many people will buy Prime? Well, we saw during the playoffs. Did you buy the Prime game for the playoffs?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't buy it.
I did.
And you're going to see more of that. And Ron, you and I in our lifetime will see the day you have to pay for a Super Bowl. There will be a Super Bowl package to where that if you buy a certain amount of games during the year, you can get the conference championship games and the Super Bowl. Not the division or the wild card. That'll be extra. That's coming.
I don't doubt it.
The whole media industry is being squeezed, and it's going through such a transformation that you can't think like you used to. My gosh, I feel so sorry for local news. And we are seeing the complete elimination of the newspaper. Did you see where the Washington Post is about to lay off half of their staff? And Ryan, do you know that the Washington Post, they are not sending any reporters to the Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
And you're seeing a lot of travel budgets just severed, not cut, severed.
I was reading about this yesterday, and the Washington Post, it looks like they're going to be eliminating their sports department entirely.
There's talk of it.
No more sports section at the Washington Post.
Right. You'll still get your sports, but there's not going to be a sports section or a sports department. Everything will be wire service. And see, that's what they're doing to this whole country. They're just federalizing everything to where that you're getting where there's nothing local anymore, because you can't. They've choked the locals out. And you wait, Ryan. All they're waiting to do is all these newspapers are like, please, somebody eliminate the sports department. Please do it. And when they're it, then Atlanta can say, oh, we're doing it too. Then the Los Angeles Times, well, we can't have it anymore.
I know. Well, I mean,
in the morning news, well, we can't.
It's definitely a monkey see, monkey do thing. And once one starts, the others are going to follow suit. And that makes me feel very, very bad for our friends over at the Dallas Morning News, who have always done everything they could to emphasize what a great sports section they had, and in fact always have had a great sports section with great sports writers and a real commitment to the craft and to doing what they had to do to uphold their standard.
See, Ryan, you feel like the morning news the way I feel about the Star Telegram. That's the saddest thing ever over there. And I think of all the the great Gil Leberton and Jim Reeves and just the great writers they had over T.R. Sullivan. And, they just gone. You don't have that kind of coverage anymore. And it's just, it's not even a shell of what it once was. I mean, it's just like a pamphlet.
Yeah,
it's
the
all
Dallas Morning News, to their credit, are still trying to hold on as best they can. But you wonder, I mean, if this is what's going on with the Washington Post, a venerable newspaper such as that, you wonder just how much longer that they're going to be able to fight the fight. That's a bummer, man.
Well, we're finding out.
Real bummer.
Well, we're finding out that it was classified ads that kept newspapers afloat, because that's what killed them. I mean, no classifieds anymore, no advertising. Used to you'd have Dillard's buy, 2 full pages of advertising. You don't see that anymore.
No,
they're spending money on podcasts and the internet. And
yes,
stores are going out of business anyway. Everybody's buying online. It's a whole new world, Ron.
And if anyone would like to spend some money on your dark companion, we would love to talk to you. So just saying. What?
That was awesome. I was going to lead you into that if you didn't just do it yourself.
Yeah, don't waste money on newspapers. They're dead. Invest in us.
I'll stand up here on this thing and whore myself out. Never have a second thought about it.
My man.
All right, here's another newspaper thing while we're on the subject. Where does one go these days to get listings of what's playing in movie theaters?
Like Fandango.com, and you pretty much just go to the website or Google search for the movie. There's not a whole lot of movie.
I got a better question. Who the hell goes to movies?
Well, I don't know. I've seen advertisements for quite a few of them here recently that I think I'd kind of like to go see. Now, don't ask me what they are because I can't remember them right now.
Well, if you figure out, let me know. I'll make sure you have a showtime.
If you could just walk up there and buy a ticket,
I don't know where to go to find out. I don't know where to go to find out where they're showing or what time it starts. And I used to find that on, you used to get that from the newspapers, and now you can't. Can you?
Maybe, but yeah, it's pretty much just. Thankfully, with
every Sunday you'd get the movie section. Oh, that delay. Oh God, it's killing me.
Hello, are we still on?
We are. I think Grego's connection is just a little inconsistent. He's becoming robot Grego.
It'll happen.
Anyway,
can you hear me?
It's just something else that I've been thinking about here lately.
Yeah, I think we got you back, Grego.
All right, perfect. Am I there?
Yeah,
you are.
But yeah, Shoopy, I think at the least, just if you see a movie that you'd like to see, text me and I will Google when and where it's showing for you, and we can go together and have some popcorn.
I like popcorn.
I like popcorn too.
All right. Do we have any other newspaper-related trials and tribulations to get into here? I mean,
I'm aware
believe
of.
me, I am not making fun of this in any way. I'm not laughing about it. I don't think
neither am I.
It's a bummer. It's a real bummer.
That is a real void that I've had to get used to, not having a newspaper in the morning. I was a newspaper guy my whole life. I mean, even when I was in high school, I was one of those idiots that would carry the newspaper to school and read the sports page. And I miss that. I miss the physical reading of a newspaper.
Yeah, I do too. But the reality is that these days, if I'm going to read the newspaper, chances are I'm going to read it online.
The night before.
Well,
that's the thing. Ron, you remember?
Whenever. Yeah, you can read it.
Remember when you'd you knew that a story was coming out the next morning and you got up as early as you could to get to it. Now that story releases at 10 o'clock at night and you read it before you go to bed.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Not cool at all. Not cool at all.
I don't know. It's probably not cool, but it serves me better. So
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, it's more convenient, but missing newspaper.
All right, what else we got here to get into on the OG today?
If you want to still talk a little sports, Luka returned to the AC again. First, the second time after the trade from a year ago. The Mavs are still not looking super great, but did you have any
They're
feelings
playing
about
better, man.
Luka coming back? They have been playing better.
They're starting to play better. I mean, there've been 2 brief spurts this year where they've started to look kinda like they might be a low-level playoff team. And right now they're in one of those. But yeah, they're playing better. And oddly enough, there is no Anthony Davis out there.
Won't be for a while.
Yeah, you like him,
I was
Grego?
never a big fan of Jason Kidd. Who? Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
I maybe if I could see him play. I need to see him play first. He's just never there.
Now, what were you saying? You're a big fan of Jason Kidd? Or you never were?
Oh yeah. I'm getting a little audio cutting in and out. But I never was a fan of him as a coach because I remembered him as a player. And I just couldn't relate that player could be a coach in the NFL. I just couldn't see that. But I couldn't be more wrong because did I say that? Because everything, this team has had every reason in the world to quit and not play hard, but all they've done is play hard. And somebody's getting that out of them. It's got to be Jason Kidd.
Yeah, it's him. It's definitely him.
I'm pretty impressed with him at what he's gotten out of this team. I mean, he's gotten as much as you can get out of it.
I don't know if I thought that he was a coach in waiting when he was playing here, because it just seemed like he was, I don't know, too flippant and too, I don't know, he just seemed real.
Two flipping Tahoes over.
Yeah, just too much into having a good time and everything like that, and just didn't take it very seriously. And then I made mention of that to somebody one time, and they told me that I couldn't be more wrong. That in that room when he was playing, if there was anybody who took the shit seriously, it was him. Now, did he like to have a good time too? Yeah, he did. But when it came time to play ball, he was all about it. And in practice, he would practically run practice. I mean, he was all the time telling guys what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, what they should do, what he was looking for them to do, but they didn't do. And he was just a real, I mean, he was really serious about it. And I always found it interesting that when Rick Carlisle left, and I've never heard of a situation like this, but when Rick Carlisle left, as he was leaving, he was talking to the media, and he said something along the lines of yeah, it's time for me to go, but I told him what they ought to do is hire Jason Kidd. I mean, he named his successor.
That was weird.
Yeah. You remember that, Shoopy?
I do.
And
yeah, I don't know
sure
if
enough,
he just already knew something was in the works or what, but
I mean, he must have.
like
he must have.
Because I remember at the time it seemed like everyone thought, well, it seems like why is Carlisle kind of trying to screw over the Mavs? Like, why would he wish Jason Kidd on us as a coach?
Well, all I can say is I'm glad he did, because I think Jason Kidd is a hell of a coach. He was a really, really good player. He's a really good player, and he's an even better coach than he was a player. And
I didn't know all that stuff, Ron.
Do what?
I didn't know all that you said that he ran practice and was a big vocal part in the room. I'd never heard that.
Well, yeah,
That's
I mean, that's what I've
surprising.
heard. That's what I've heard. I mean, I'm not there or anything. I don't know if it's true or not, but let me just say that I trust the person that I heard that from.
Because players can put on a player's front that's not them. Look at Troy Aikman. I mean, Troy Aikman, did you ever think that he would be as, outspoken as he was on the air now when he played Rhynes? Remember, he was the most bland, vanilla guy ever. And couldn't be more true. That's kind of the same thing with Jason Kidd,
But with Troy Aikman, just like with Jason Kidd, with Troy Aikman, you always knew that he may be bland and vanilla when he was talking to us, but man, he was really, really into it. And there was never any question that winning mattered to him. And if he looked around that room and saw somebody not taking winning seriously, he was going to make them know what he thought, had them know what he thought about that. And of course, at that time, overlording all of it was Jimmy. You think Jimmy took stuff seriously, Grego?
Slightly, yeah. Very much so. But
yeah, he did. He took it real seriously. In fact, there's never been anybody who took it as seriously as Jimmy.
And he had his two first lieutenants to run everything, Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin.
Yep, he did.
And they ran everything. And
he had his guys.
Troy was just, I just remember all of his he was just so bland. He never gave you anything. And he was just outsmarting everybody the whole time. I thought, boy, this guy's not real smart. And when I heard he was going to get into broadcasting, and I said this on the air, I remember saying this on the Heartline thing. Well, he'll fail. He'll be the worst broadcaster ever. Because I thought he was going to be that bland guy that he was as a player. And all he was sandbagging everybody. Then he gets on the air and he's the best that's ever done it.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been more wrong.
More to the picture than meets the eye, in the words of the great Neil Young.
Just sandbagged everybody. And Jason Kidd kind of did that to me. I'd never thought of him as a coach.
Well,
but a coach, a hell of a coach.
Here's the thing. He's been around for a few years, though. And no matter how good you are, there's a shelf life on these guys. The end comes somewhere down the road. It's out there somewhere. You don't know where. In the case of Jason Kidd, you don't know where it is, but it's out there somewhere. And there'll be a time when it's just time for him to move on, go coach somewhere else. But he will go coach somewhere else because you know what? Coach is coach.
He's a basketball guy. I mean, he's just one of those guys that was born in the gym and he's never got out of it. And
I don't know what he'd do if he couldn't be connected with basketball in some way.
Yeah, he is one of those type of guys that you just that can't get away from the game. That they've got to be involved in it in some way because it's just so ingrained in him.
Yeah.
I could see him being a guy that has a very, very successful coaching career, maybe wins a title, and then ends up his coaching career as a bench coach for somebody. Just not wanting to leave the bench.
Yep, could. All right, anything else we need to touch on, Shoopy?
Unless y'all have anything sportsy, we got a couple minutes left. I'd like to know how Grego's audition went for a movie that he auditioned for recently.
Oh, yeah.
If it's okay to bring that up.
Callback. Oh, it is. As a matter of fact, I got an email. Well, I got a phone call on that today. I did not get it.
Man.
I'm out.
What was the role going to be?
But hey, I don't even want to tell you. You'll make fun of me. Southern judge.
Oh, man.
A Southern judge. And, of course, I was just glad they gave me a call. I mean, normally they just, send you an email or something, but, very quick call. He said, "Hey, you just don't look old enough." I'm like, "I'll take that.
That's
I'll
fair.
take that." So, but, I had a shot.
Yeah, you're great at judging
And
people.
So
Yeah,
that's
maybe
what it
we'll get
was.
another
Yeah.
one.
So, well, he said, "Hey, we'll keep you in mind for roles." I don't know if he meant it or not, but he said it. So, if not, I'll keep trying. Probably never get it, but it's fun doing that.
Well, if you find out the name of the movie, let me know, and I'll make sure that Shoopy knows when to go see it.
Untitled.
Yes.
It's called Untitled.
Okay.
Okay, look for the film Untitled, showing in a theater near you.
Horrible name.
No, I didn't get it. I'm out. So.
Well, you never know.
All right, what else you got, Shoopy?
That's about it for our topics. Did see Shadur Sanders was named to the Pro Bowl as a replacement for some reason. Did he even do anything this year?
This is why when they start talking about Hall of Fame credentials and they go, and he went to 7 Pro Bowls, dismiss that from that. They don't count. They don't count anymore. How can this guy's going to get to put that he's a Pro Bowler in his bio? That's just ridiculous. First of all, there's not a Pro Bowl. It's some kind of, gladiator games or whatever.
That's probably where he belongs anyway. They just did it to pander to the cult of personality. That's all.
Yeah, went 3-4 as a starter.
Well,
completed
his daddy's cracking the
56% of his
whip.
passes, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and 8 total games played. How the hell? That is bottom of the barrel.
Could be that he was the only one who told him that he wanted to do it.
I believe that.
They ran it through who knows how many guys before they found one who wanted to do it, and that one was him.
I just know his daddy's cracking the whip at Colorado. If late down, it costs $500 putting monetary fines on all these NIL under.
Didn't get a
What I
word.
wonder-
It sounds like you got a really bad electric piano in there, Grego.
Sounded like you were in key, though.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I have faulty equipment.
Oh. Well, you are 65.
Well, next time we'll know.
For one more day.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
right. It is. Tomorrow's Grego's birthday.
Wow.
And I was greeted with the fact that I looked at my driver's license, and guess what? They expire tomorrow. So I thought I'll just roll down there tomorrow and
Expire.
I'll just roll by down there tomorrow and get them renewed. I didn't know you had to have an appointment. So my appointment is in March.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Can you at least get a temporary?
I got some paperwork in case I get stopped, but I don't like paperwork. I like driver's license.
I think I had to do that too last time mine expired.
And
I think I had to carry around paperwork.
yeah, I got my paperwork in case I get pulled over. So now I'll have to hand them that paperwork. I'll have to hand them my concealed weapon permit, all kinds of stuff now. So the ICE people are going to be looking for my papers.
That might be an ender.
Nope, just don't get pulled over.
That's a good point, Ron.
Yeah.
All right, that is it for Little White EC for today. Hope you've enjoyed this on the fly OG version. It's not what we usually do around here, but nevertheless, today it's about the best we could come up with. But anyway, thanks for watching. We appreciate your support over this time. And what we would ask from you is to help us get out there, get online, share us, like us, put us on your social media. help us get out there, because that helps us help you. Thanks to Ashley, who is just insurmountable as always. That girl is just she's a legend in her own time. Thanks to her. Thanks to you. Thanks to watching. Bye-bye.
Yay.
Are we out? All right. See y'all later.
I think you still need to stay on for a moment, Grego, to make sure it
I'm
uploads.
gonna
go take my pants off.